This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, oh, 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 oh. They knew me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the home team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster along, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team, I had celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, oh, 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 oh. You probably thought you knew. A new day is approaching, turn the gray skies into blue. I grew up on these same blocks, school of hard knocks. Had to get it on a hard top, took the hard shots, but we made it. Anticipated, highly decorated. The home team is winning, celebrated. The victory is all mine, and everything is alright, alright. And you know how to see things, confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team, I had celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, oh, 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 oh.
All right, what up, though? Okay, we got, let me do this. All right, let me hold on. Hold on, let me do this. Running up the mileage. Hey, I'll be your entertainment real quick. Okay. Oh man. All right, here we go. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid for where we at? Wednesday. What day is it? Man? Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. We have less than 30 days left of the year. I've got to be off in exactly 30 minutes. So I got to set that timer. All right, and go. All right, I got to be off in 30 minutes, man. Got to take my son to get his third ingrown toenail removed, man. Yeah, not that you asked, but I needed to tell you anyway. Shout out to Nathan Mack in the building. So the name of this, the reason that this is called Spike Kool-Aid is because a couple years ago, when we were a bad team, it was a saying that we were drinking the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid. So for me, Spike Kool-Aid meant it had a little something in it. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the store and you get something spiked, it's a little stronger than usually, or spike meaning got a touch of something in it. You know what I mean? So that's where the Spike Kool-Aid came from, because it seems like Lions fans, my Kool-Aid was spiked with something else, because I don't drink the regular Kool-Aid. What up? We got Nick says the season is spiked with Brad's you know what, LOL. Schiff in the building says, I don't know, just feels like we might lose tomorrow. Let me see. What up, Run? We passed on Benito for Levi. Wow, that's a big L. What's good, Derek? Hope these Lions give me an early birthday win. Well, you know what? I hope so as well, my friend. Okay, so a couple things I want to talk about, man. We got to get straight down to business because I got to go. So I was going to push it a little bit, but our appointment is at 3. Thankfully, it's like literally 5 minutes from the house, so we don't have to leave until like 2:40, you know what I'm saying, to play it safe. We really don't have to leave till like 2:50, but we gonna leave it 240 to play it safe. What's up? Sergey is in the building, man. Lions got a big game in front of themselves tomorrow. They have a big game. Essentially, the season is on the line. So the thing about it that I've been diving into is that the Lions have 5 games left, and so much can change over the next 2 weeks. Is insane. Now, I know a lot of people might feel like some people are being bandwagon fans, and I don't think that's fair to say unless you're a fan who you are on and off, on and off, on and off. But for us to not just believe in every move the team makes and criticize the team or question the team and wonder, okay, what plan do you have to take us to our, coveted Super Bowl win and appearance? I don't think that's a bandwagon fan. And no matter what happens this season, these same issues are going to carry over into next season. So if the Lions somehow pull a rabbit out of a hat and they're able to go on a run and get in the playoffs and then go on the run in the playoffs, go undefeated, get to our first Super Bowl, win our first Super Bowl, and it all worked out, that still doesn't mean that some things don't need to be done. It just means that the Lions everything fell in the right place at the right time, and that is what this team might need. We don't have, wait till y'all see the defensive video that I made over on Lions Syndicate that'll drop later this afternoon. The defense is not what it was just 2 weeks ago. So it's not that like I've necessarily given up on the season or I don't believe in this team. I don't believe they have the personnel to win the Super Bowl. That's just what I believe. Let me see. It's only 3:30 a.m. here. Okay, so you all the way in. So what is that? That is Mountain Time, I believe, because in Cali it would be 10 something, right? No, wait a minute. Yeah, in Cali it would be 10. That's called being a diehard fan. Absolutely. Okay, all right. So let's get into it, man, because we got to get straight down to business. So I wanted to talk about some things. There's a couple topics that I want to talk about. Feel free to chime in. New Mexico, that's what's up, bro. That's what I've never been there. Derek always be drinking spiked Kool-Aid. That's funny. All right, so this season for the Detroit Lions has been a lot different. It's been a lot different, man. And I wanted to talk about something that seems to be missing this year. And you know it. You've seen it. We don't have what we used to have last year. And I'm not just talking about Ben Johnson. There's a tandem that doesn't seem to be the same. And I don't know what to put it on. I don't know if you put it on the offensive court play calling, but I am wondering what happened to Sonic and Knuckles. What happened to Sonic and Knuckles? And I want to be clear, I'm not saying that the Lions are going to do this or that they should do this. But is it a possibility that I know we extended David Montgomery, but we're not using him? So what are the Lions going to do with David Montgomery? Why aren't they using him this year like they were last year? I love the tandem that they had between Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery last year. We all know that Jahmyr Gibbs, well, when he was drafted, it was like, okay, is he capable of being a featured back? And we look at David Montgomery versus Jahmyr Gibbs. You got the, Sonic and you got Knuckles. You got the speed. You got the force. And Jahmyr Gibbs has shown you that he can take a hit. He can deliver a hit, but he's still not that battering ram that David Montgomery is, along with a lot of shiftiness as well. David Montgomery's shiftiness is very underestimated, in my opinion. He's got a jump step. He's got cuts. He's got all that. While not as graceful as Jahmyr Gibbs, he still can be that guy. And David Montgomery would be a number one back in probably, 95% of the NFL teams. But what is going on with David Montgomery? Is it just because that we have changed the way that we're play calling? Is that what happened to him? I want to show you what the Detroit Lions have. And of course, Jahmyr is not a rookie. He's not a second-year player. Jahmyr Gibbs is in his third year. And the entire time he's been a Lion, he's been with David Montgomery. So to be honest, we don't know what kind of production we would get out of Jahmyr Gibbs if there was no Monty, because every not so often, Jahmyr is going to need a breather. And even with the kind of drop this season, Monty's still putting up some solid yards. Let's take a look at Monty's his kind of stats for 2025, okay? All right, 122 carries, right? We got 543 yards, 6 touchdowns, but he's not being used to the same extent. If we go to the game log, okay, a lot of these yards have come from 1 or 2 games. Specifically, over 100 of them have come from this Baltimore Raven game. Look at the Baltimore Raven game. He went off. He was the reason we won this game. 151 yards came from that game alone, right? We don't even use him like we used to. So if we go back and we compare 2025 to 2024, okay, if it'll change, let's go to game log. Let's see if we can update that because it didn't change like it should have. Well, we go to game log and we should go, it should change. It should change, but it did not. So let's go to stats and let's see if we can do it per game. All right, so here he's got 775 yards. His first year in Detroit, Jahmyr Gibbs' rookie season, he had over 1,000 yards rushing the football. We haven't really used him in the same way that we used him before. And I'm wondering what exactly is going on. What do the Lions have planned for David Montgomery? Schiff says, Gibbs not up a middle back. We just got to be honest. I believe that too. Jahmyr Gibbs' best formula for success when running up the middle is to make you miss. If he can make you miss, we saw it. We saw it happen a few games ago against the Giants. We saw him jump cut to the right, and he was gone after that, was untouched pretty much. That's how Jahmyr Gibbs is going to benefit most of his runs, right? David Montgomery is the dude that will take you and half the team with you during his runs. And I'm just wondering, why did we get away from that? Jahmyr Gibbs is working, and I believe in feeding the hot hand, but we still have a valuable asset that we're not even using. It's not even like David is hurt. And so I was convinced that after Jahmyr Gibbs' 200-plus yard rushing game against the Giants, that 96 hours later, that we would see more Monty, and we didn't. We didn't. I know Jahmyr is good. This has nothing to do with how good Jahmyr is. This is why not utilize the two-back combo system that has been dominating the NFL for the last 3 years. I don't understand. Not being run right at the time I was trying to read. Okay, let me see. It says, why can't Dan open up last year's playbook and schemes? I don't know, Ron. Maybe it's too close to the Bears. Maybe they just chucked it all together. I don't know. But I'm starting to wonder, and let me know what you guys think about this. Should the Detroit Lions consider moving on from David Montgomery? Because it looks like they're trying to. It looks like David Montgomery is under contract for 2 more seasons. He really is. So, but I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing if because I just knew Jahmyr Gibbs was going to get a breather. It's kind of funny because we'll see they started. One thing I will say that I loved and hated at the same time is when Ben Johnson was here, you saw a dynamic. You're like, okay, it seems like that they would do a Monty Gibbs switch. We don't see that this year. Monty will go, like if you drafted Monty in fantasy, I feel bad for you. Do you know that it has been, as a matter of fact, let me see something, because I wanted to show you something that blew my mind when I looked at it. Check this out. David Montgomery. Remember when we had Jamal Williams and he broke Barry Sanders' touchdown record, and most of his, like 95% of his runs were coming from the 1-yard line, but they still counted touchdowns. David Montgomery was doing much more than that in the brief time that he's been a Detroit Lion. But I want to show you, look at his game log. This is not the same. Now, these touchdowns have gone to Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr averages like 2 touchdowns a game. Baltimore was David Montgomery's best game. His second best game this season was against the Washington Commanders, and we only started running him because we had blew him out. It almost seems like, and let me know what you guys think about this, that David Montgomery is second string, that there is no more tandem, that it is Jahmyr Gibbs is back number 1 and Monty is back number 2. And I understand that Jahmyr Gibbs is capable of number 1 back carries, but why do that when the tandem was working so well? But what Ben Johnson used to do is he used to bring in, it used to be like Monty Gibbs, they would switch series. And you know what I'm disappointed about is in the offseason, we were promised like, yo, you're going to see both these guys on the field at the same time. We have, but it's been lackluster. I'm thinking, like I'm going to be real. I would love to see what Ben Johnson could cook up with both of those. And y'all know I can't stand Ben Johnson being in the North, but I would love to see what Ben Johnson would cook up with a consistent David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Could you imagine? Like when Monty comes out now, it's a run. It's a run, right? Switch it up, spice it up. What are we doing here? You have David Montgomery, and David, to me, I'm not going to say this like I'm not trying to start anything, but I believe that there might be a little bit of disappointment from Monty. That, because remember in the offseason, early season, he told Dan Campbell, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. And we know that David Montgomery he will go to war with you, bro. Like, when he gets hurt, he takes it personal. And I'm just like, why aren't we using this guy? I'm confused about that. Sonic and Knuckles is no more without Ben Johnson. And you know what the crazy part is? It was Sonic, and it was like Sonic or Knuckles, right? It's crazy. You know what else is crazy too? That if you think about it, have you seen any Sonic Knuckles references? Not really. Over the past 2 seasons, you saw it. There is no Knuckles. There is no more Knuckles, bro. So you can't even say Sonic and Knuckles. It's more like Sonic. You know what it is? It's Sonic and Friends. It is now Sonic and Friends, bro. And this is not a knock on Jahmyr Gibbs. I love the dude. I was ecstatic when we drafted him. I mean, I even for a minute was like, could you imagine if we wouldn't have traded Swift? I was just like, wow. I knew we were going to trade DeAndre Swift at that time. Once we drafted Jahmyr, it only made sense. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, Monty, you got Swift, and that's crazy, bro. You could have dudes out there as a receiver. I mean, could you imagine? Even at any 2 of them running backs on the field at the same time is going to throw defenses off. And kudos to Swift, man. When he didn't really give it his all here, you could tell watching him in Philadelphia, watching him in Chicago, he did not give it, it is all in Detroit. He was lackluster in Detroit, and I think he didn't want to be here. That's just what I believe. But what do you guys think happened to Sonic and Knuckles? Do you think it's the play calling? Do you think that David Montgomery, I don't see David Montgomery causing a problem. I really don't see that. But I'm starting to wonder, do the Lions value him like they used to? Or could they consider moving on from David Montgomery in the offseason? If they were going to, it would have been after last season. But, I mean, because after this season, he still has 2 more years on his deal. Because remember, we extended him after 1 year. We extended David Montgomery after 1 year, man. We were like, you know what? We want you here. We're going to lock you up for a little while. And so he still has 2 more years on the contract. But I'm like, if we're not going to use the guy while he's still young enough, would we consider moving on from him? I mean, because if we're not going to use, we could use Jacob Sailors. We could use Sione Vaki if he playing. I mean, the way we use David Montgomery, we can put somebody else back there. So let me know your thoughts, man. Is it time? What happened to Sonic and Knuckles? Do you think David Montgomery is feeling some type of way? And would you think that the Lions are going to move on from him in the offseason? I don't know. It's disappointing, though. They did use Montgomery wildcard formations on Thanksgiving, but it's too predictable. Bro, using Monty as a gimmick back? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? I saw it, too. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Like, whenever I was laughing at the play. Jared Goff is on as a receiver. The ball, Jared wasn't even trying to, even Dan Skipper ran a route. Jared was like, he didn't even move, flinch, nothing. It was like, you already know. If I'm coach, I'm looking at Goff like, you knew Goff wasn't about to do nothing anyway. But I'm looking like, yo, he ain't doing nothing. What's up, Nick? Nick with the super chat says, since we are predictable, I've been saying Monty backfield, Gibbs slot, Saint is out as a defense. Now, can you play true or to run or pass? Exactly. There's no mystery. There's no mystery, man, which is pretty darn sad. It's pretty darn sad. All right, let me do this because I want to. I'm sorry for the kind of frantic pace of the show. But I know myself, and if I don't get off a little early, then I'll be late. So the plan was for me to stay on for an entire hour, but I would be cutting it way too close if I was to do that. What up, Des? What's good with you, man? Selfmade says, if we can get Monty and Gibbs going this game, we can win this game and use Gibbs on outward fun and Monty up the middle. I would run. Here's the thing. The Dallas Cowboys, right? Their run defense is terrible. I just looked it up. They are like 3rd worst in the league or something like that against the run. Like their defense is still bad. Even with Quentin Williams, their defense is still bad. It's still bad. So I feel like Monty's going to have a big game because it's some big dudes. You got the 2 guys in the middle, right? that the one that it's kind of crazy that in a trade with Micah Parsons that they got Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams. So now their middle is kind of stout. Goff still going to have trouble. Last 3 games will run defense is 68 yards a game, Derek. Raw Detroit, what up, though? Lions are just making Gibbs to feature RB. Gibbs was drafted in the first round to be our guy of the future, but I do want them to give Monty more opportunities. Yeah, Raw is like, okay, well, that's cool. Why keep Monty then? Why keep Monty? That's what I'm saying. Like, Sonic and Knuckles is needed, bro. Not Sonic and Friends, Sonic and Knuckles. Mix it up. I see them out there, right, together, but mix it up, man. I'm just not, I don't know. I'm feeling like this season is just, I feel like that we lost our identity. And I feel like Ben Johnson was a part of that. Even Aaron Glenn, he was a part of that. I feel like Brad not making any moves in the free agency. And okay, you made a couple, DJ Reed, but you had to replace Carlton Davis. Like, okay, so you made like kind of lateral moves. I'm talking about moves to take you over the top. Marcus Davenport was a downgrade from Marcus Davenport. How you gonna be a downgrade from yourself, bro? That is crazy. That's insane. That's insane. All right, here's something else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, Monty should come in the red zone. Yeah. All right, so we traded up in 2022 for a wide receiver. Wind up taking, that was the first year that the Detroit Lions had a Rams pick. And with our pick, we took Aiden Hutchinson. With the Rams pick, we were sitting at 32. They're coming off a Super Bowl. What did we do? We traded up. Unprecedented, man. We didn't know what was happening. And with the 12th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Jameson Williams. This is coming off of St. Brown's rookie season. We didn't really know what we had yet. Had no idea. Jameson Williams was hurt, missed most of the season, came back. First play was a 40-yard touchdown. His first catch was a 40-yard touchdown. And ever since then, he's been a big play threat. It's just a matter of getting him used. Now, he did get in some trouble, went through some things. This year, proud of J-Mo. Got paid and is on the straight and narrow, doing his thing. And man, did he do his thing last game? And he has an opportunity. I thought about this, y'all, and I got excited. Because we have yet to see this. We have yet to see. Jameson Williams has always been with the Detroit Lions the number 2 wide receiver. Why? Because the 4th round draft pick, St. Brown, was not going to let him, he was not going to get that spot up. Plus, the chemistry between Jared Goff and St. Brown is tippity top. But I'm like, yo, Jameson Williams got a real possibility. He's got a real chance, not a possibility, because I am certain that St. Brown is out. He's questionable, but the Lions, in my opinion, would be dumb to play him. He is coming off an injury. He said his ankle still hurts. Save him. This game is important, but so are everyone after this. Why mess it up? Potential, further injury. He's got 10 days after this. Let's reevaluate it after this, all right? Because we could really, really, really use him against the Rams. So let's put him on the shelf. Time for Jameson Williams to shine. I am so excited about Jameson Williams now being the number 1 receiver. The number 1 receiver. I want to show you something that's absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to Jameson Williams. What a chance he has in front of him. Last year, had 1,001 yards in year 3. I remember the Lions trying their very best to get him that 1,000 yards, and they did it by 1 yard. Has 38 receptions, 706 yards, 6 tutties. Look at that average, though. 18.6 a catch. That includes yards after catch. That is fantastic. If we look at his stats, let's check out his stats, and then we'll look at the progression of games through this season. 6 games, 12 games, 15 games. He is on pace to play the most games of the season. Right now, J-Mo has not missed a game. I think in 2024, he battled a little bit of a hamstring issue. In 2020, you had to deal with the suspension. In 2023, you guys remember, I believe it was a 6-game suspension. Then I think after 4 games, they reinstated him. And of course, the rookie season, he was injured. He had 1 reception. That was the only time. Man, remember those days, y'all? When Jameson Williams had that 1 reception, was targeted 9 times, 41 yards, right? Yes, does he have to use his hands more to catch the football? Absolutely. But the dude is doing his thing. He's also on pace to have a career high in yards. Now, as far as Jameson Williams getting locked up and overpaid and all of that, it's too late. We've already signed him, extended him. Him and Hutch are going to be part of the Detroit Lions for a long time, absolute long time. So we don't have to worry about that. But look at the progression. So St. Brown goes down. Look at that. Even so, with St. Brown in the Washington game, okay? But this is what I want you to pay close attention to. This might be, is this the first real game experience that St. Brown has had Jameson Williams has had without St. Brown? Look at these numbers, y'all. Look at the numbers. First game, 4 receptions, 5 targets. So you can see that things were right here, 2 receptions. Look, 54-yard average. That's insane. That's insane. Tampa Bay, no catches. I don't know what happened this game. This was still that Johnny Morton play calling, man. So Dan Campbell takes over in Washington. Right after that, we see consistency. Look at this. 6 receptions, 7 targets, 4 receptions, 6 targets. Look at Johnny Morton, bro. Like, this was probably the best game under Johnny Morton. And now we get to this right here. The Giants was just abysmal. This game was abysmal, man. But Jameson Williams, 7 receptions, 10 targets. This might be the most, this is the best game between him and Jared Goff. It resulted in a loss, but you're talking about 20 yards a catch. 20 yards of catch. Has scored in how many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in half the games, Jameson Williams has a touchdown. This is a big deal for J-Mo. Now, he's not trying to necessarily prove himself to get more money or anything like that. He's going to be part of the Detroit Lions for a long time. And this is what the Detroit Lions saw. But I'm excited about the fact that Jameson Williams has a legit, an opportunity. Like, there's no St. Brown. I would be shocked if St. Brown plays. And even if he does play, there's no doubt that they're going to be leaning more on Jameson Williams. And I can't wait to see what he has in store. Then you've got Isaac Tesla, that's because of the injury to St. Brown, that's going to bump up, like, everybody gets a promotion, right? So Tom Kennedy is on the 53-man roster. We actually have some other guys on the practice squad as well that we could bring up. So you've got now St. Brown out. J-Mo is now number 1. Now we need a new number 2. Khalif Raymond's probably going to be out. So we're going to wind up having other individuals that have opportunities. But Jameson Williams, man, I have been thinking about this all week. And I'm like, on top of that, the Cowboys' pass defense is not that great. If the offensive line can give Jared Goff time, then I think J-Mo is going to have a big game. Because now, for quite possibly the first time in his career, he starts a game in his NFL career as the number 1 target. Like, they know, like, J-Mo, I think that J-Mo is going to be Jared Goff's first read. And it's good to see how that chemistry and that bond has grown, because one thing I know about JG from him being a Lion is that he has to trust you. If he doesn't trust that you're going to be there when you're supposed to, that he will not throw to you. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing with Tesla, is that we saw it with Jameson Williams. I mean, even Amon-Ra St. Brown, his rookie season, it took forever for them to kind of connect. Don't forget about that. St. Brown rookie year is not the St. Brown that got paid all that money. It's a totally different player. And most of that is because of, obviously, learning in the NFL, but the bond that they have with the quarterback. So I'm excited. What do you think Jameson's going to do? How many yards do you think, Jay? I think he's going to get 90 easy. 90 easy. And the beauty thing about J-Mo, one of my favorite plays, the big play stuff is great. One of my favorite plays is the slants. I love the slants, bro, because Jameson Williams will catch that thing and you just see people running after him. That's like my favorite play, because you just see all the team and he just slowly pulls away from all of them guys. So I'm excited to see J-Mo. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What up, Juan? What's good with you, bro? Juan in the building. Let me see. J-Mo is a wide receiver 1, but we built chemistry with St. Brown being the glue guy. J-Mo needed this to happen. He was drafted to be that guy. You know what, bro? I can't, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, I know J-Mo is going crazy. J-Mo going crazy like, yo, man, we got a massive opportunity in front of us. Tesla has to get better separations. Well, hey, Raw, he got a block too, bro. He got a block. He out there looking. Oh, that's the thing I was going to say. We drafted his college team. I'm not drafted. We signed his college teammate, Andrew Alexander. Like, he played with Isaac Tesla at Arkansas. It's crazy. Goff need to throw the ball and stop trying to be cute in the pocket. When does Goff try to be cute in the pocket? Tesla needs to block better. Hey, there you go, Nick. Tesla needs to block better down the field. That Packer game, there was a couple of blocks he missed. Yeah, I saw it. You can tell the difference. Like J-Mo blocking, St. Brown blocking, Khalif Raymond blocking. Tesla was like, it was one play. I was like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? I did like that Ben Johnson was like, no block, no rock. Maybe the new OC needs to implement that for real. Tesla is only 1 inch shorter than Calvin Johnson. He doesn't need to get separation. You just need to throw the ball in the air and he will go up for it. Well, he has done that. What up, Will? What's good with you, man? Says, what's up, Derek? Tomorrow is an all or nothing scenario. Lions need to step up. That game is actually play good defense. They can sack Dak Prescott. We win this game. Andrew Armstrong was the leading wide receiver for Arkansas over Tesla. And you know what's crazy, bro, is he went undrafted. I think he went undrafted, man. That's insane. The Lions traded up for Tesla, but his teammate went undrafted. That is crazy, man. So look, tomorrow, I know we didn't get a chance to talk about tomorrow. I wanted to save that for my Lions Syndicate video that'll be dropping probably tomorrow. I think I'm gonna save it tomorrow. No show tomorrow because we will be gearing up for the Thursday night game, but we will be back on Friday. The Lions have a huge game in front of them. They have to, if they win the next two, like winning on Thursday does nothing as far as putting them in the playoffs currently. They're still behind the 8 ball. That's how much of a hole they've dug themselves into. But they do have a chance, and it starts tomorrow. They have to win this game. To stay relevant, to stay in the hunt, truly in the hunt. They got to win this game. They can't go into the last 3 games of the season 7-7. I just don't think that 10-7 is going to be enough. We would need a massive collapse from either the Bears, the 49ers, or the Packers in order for the Lions to make the playoffs at 10-7. It is possible. 11-6 is a lot better. You know what's crazy is I had our record 13-4. The floor was 11-6. If the Lions go 11-6, this will be I don't think I had them 15-2. I have to go look at the archives, but this will be like within a game of the actual record for the 4th consecutive year. Dern, what's up, man? We can beat both teams because we beat them before, not playing like the 2007 Patriots. Okay, that's the thing. We can beat. I don't know, man. I don't know. This team doesn't feel like the team that can beat any team. You know what I'm saying? Like in 2021, we were almost there. I mean, we were losing games in heartbreaking fashion. That was the time that we lost. No, 2022, the Justin Tucker cheating field goal. That was that kick killed our season. We went 1-6. If we would have won that game, the Lions and the Ravens would have been 2-2. But instead, we dropped to 1-3, and it took us forever to recover. That game was absolutely heartbreaking. That game was tough. But I don't feel like this is the team that can beat anybody. Again, tonight, you're going to see, if you go to Lions Syndicate, the video about the defense. The defense, nope. I'm going to just give you a sport. Like, the defense is not where it was 2 weeks ago. It's like catastrophically fallen. It's unbelievable. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek because I have the graphic. I'm going to give you a sneak peek, bro. A sneak peek. Check this out. This is a sneak peek at today's video. It's already recorded. I just got to have it come out. But y'all going to get a special sneak peek at the video. Check this out. This is where we were, and we'll wrap up the show. Man, 30 minutes is really underappreciated. This is where we were going into the game against the Green Bay Packers. You see this? And you wonder why I'm so irritated on sacks. You wonder why it bothers me. Look at this. This is after the New York Giants game. 11th in total defense. Passing 15th. Rushing 11th. Sacks 8th. Points per game 12th. Turnover differential 8th. All right? Check this out. This is where we are now. This is where we are now. Okay? Let me show you where we were 2 weeks ago. So where we are now, 14th in total defense. Passing, 17th. That is bottom half NFL. Rushing, 11th. Sacks, 10th. Points per game, 15th. Turnover differential, 7th. This is where we were, ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 5th in total defense. 8th in passing. 8th in rushing. 6th in sacks. 10th in points per game. 8th in turnover differential. But that's not the end of it. Oh, no. That's not the end of it. You want to know why I have a problem, why it irritates me. Bradley Mathias. Okay? Where we at? Let me get to week. Remember I said that sustainability, and I got to get off of here. Check this out. I'm gonna take you through. I think I got all of these. Check this out. Here is week 1. Okay, there was no comparisons to play the disaster against the Packers. Here's week 2. I want you to pay attention to the sack numbers. Pay attention exclusively to the sack numbers. It is the third from the bottom. Here is week 3. All right, paying attention. Week 3. Here's week 4. Okay. On the rise. Looking good. Here is week 5. All right, still second in sacks. Okay. Now, I was telling you that this is not sustainable. This is not sustainable because we don't have a true defensive line. Like, our defensive line is not all of that. Even with Hutch, who y'all just can't stand right now. Here is week 6. Notice the sacks. Okay. All right. Not too bad, right? We still top 5 in sacks. Now, here's when it gets good. Week 7, third in sacks. Make sure I got all the. Okay, so week 8. Week 8 is deleted for some reason, but you're not missing anything. Here's week 9. Okay. Everybody was like, Derek, you're crying about the sacks. You're crying about the sacks. Okay. Now, this is when it gets good. Look at where we are week 9. Okay. Week 9, we are second in sacks. But Derek, you're crying about the pass rush. Week 10, we are 4th in sacks. But Derek, you're crying about the pass rush. Week 11, we are 6th in sacks. You know what I'm about to say. But Derek, you're crying about the pass rush. Week number 12, we are now 8th. But Derek, you're crying about the pass rush. And week 13, heading into week 14, we are 10th. And Derek, you're crying about the pass rush. So, looks like I wasn't too far off after all, was I? Looks like I wasn't too far after all. My prediction is that the Detroit Lions are going to be bottom 15, bottom 20, like out of the top 20 by the time the season is over. When you go 4 whole quarters and beyond, getting 1 sack, and that sack was in OT, that's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. And the last time that somebody outside of Hutch got a sack was many games ago. Can we sack Dak Prescott? I don't know. But what I do know is I am out of time. Tomorrow, live stream, Lion Syndicate, pregame tailgate will happen at 6:15-ish, somewhere around there. Post-game show after the game. Lions got to win this game. They have to win this game. The season begins now. Lions can only really afford 1 loss. And if we're being honest, and not afford 1 loss, because we can't afford any loss. But if we were to lose, it would have to be to the Steelers. That would have to be it. We gotta sweep the end. We gotta go 4-1, 3-2. Okay. And if we're going, here's the 2 teams that I think that if we're going to lose, it has to be the Rams and the Steelers. We cannot lose tomorrow, and we cannot lose against the Rams. I mean, we can lose against the Rams because they got so much distance on us, but that it's not really a big deal. The Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears, that's going to be we might even stream that game. That's going to be crazy. But we can't afford, man. The time for losing is over. So anyway, y'all, check out Lion Syndicate, man. Thank you guys again. We hit a milestone over here. I don't know if I told you guys this, but we hit 5,300 subscribers, man. We are growing like a weed over here. I mean, look, we can start next season with 7 or 8K, like real talk. So I'm trying to bring y'all more content. Don't forget the Pistons play the Milwaukee Bucks tonight at 8 o'clock. Is Giannis going to be back? That's the question I have. He is, according to ESPN, he is a game time decision. The dude averages 30 points a game. I'm hoping he's still out, but they're going to have to face him eventually, man. If anybody knows if Giannis is back, let me know. All right. With that being said, take care of yourself. I'm going to get my son's ingrown toenail picked out. I cannot believe that, bro. I've never, ever had to go get an ingrown toenail. My son, he went in in May. Then he went in July for the other foot. Now we're going back for the other side of one of the toes. And I have no doubt that we're going to go back for the other side of the other toe in a month or two. Crazy. Anyway, appreciate your toes, ladies and gentlemen, because it's crazy. I'll see y'all on Friday, and we'll be talking about either 8 and 5 and we're rejuvenated back in this thing, or 7 and 6, man. And we are probably looking toward the offseason. All right. I'll see y'all on Friday. Go Lions, man. Let's get it.
And I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on the feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet.